Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He's in the building.
Wait, am I on? Is my mic on?
Your mic is on.
Okay, I can't. I must not be. Oh, there I am. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Eric Benét.
That boy's singing.
I saw this. I was like, I'm going to the concert.
Yeah,
I'm going to the concert.
Come on, that's some good
the R&B invitation, I'm going.
That's a good invitation right there. That's some good advertisement.
Man, that's better than an Evite right there.
Shondo.
That's on point. What do you do to preserve your voice?
Water.
That's it?
I mean, it's a big part of it. I think that, your voice is only... my daughter, she hates this word that I'm about to say.
Uh-huh.
Your voice needs to be moist. she hates that
Dad,
word.
don't say that.
Don't say that. Moist. So, but no, the wetter and more moist your voice is, the better you can sing. If you can sing in the first place.
Yes. I drink a lot of water.
Yeah. And you're like, that don't help the pitch.
I don't. I can't cry.
Being next to two R&B crooners, does it make you come to work harder every night?
Absolutely.
We had this discussion. Eric Benét. I said, because I've seen Joe in concert. Obviously, I've seen you several times in concert.
Yeah.
And I saw Joe with Fantasia.
Woo!
And I said to Emmett, woo. I said, I bet Joe coming with it with Eric Benét doing what he just did right there.
Absolutely.
And Emmett asked me, what was Joe not good at Fantasia? I said, no, Joe was great.
Joe was incredible.
Was incredible with Fantasia. I said, but I think he's gonna find a way to pull out some more because of this lineup.
Well, let me tell you something. I hang around and I watch music show and I watch Joe's show, and they ain't messing around. They coming with the for real. So I think anybody who comes to this show is going to be incredibly entertained. And it's just because, we come from, all three of us, we come from an era, and I can say this about all of us, we come from an era where there were these technological crutches, these electronic crutches in the studio, which I refer to them as auto-tune, and don't worry about it, I'll just vocal line that, and I'll just tweak that. They didn't exist. Yeah. So, and I think we talked about the last time. Like now, if I go to a studio and there is the new hot producer, it is automatic that once I go in the vocal booth and I put my cans on, the auto-tune is on.
You need some enhancements.
It's assumed that you leave it on. You have to ask for them to turn it off. So it's like, it's interesting.
It's a different world.
Yeah, I sound like an old man right now, but it's interesting. It's like, no, I would, if you want to tweak something later, that's cool, but I can lay my vocal down without the accoutrement of electronics, all that. Who that is? Oh, that's a picture of Jay. Is that Jay?
Yeah.
Don't walk away. Yeah, I remember that.
Eric Benét, you've worked with Angie Stone, and I know that's your friend. So can you talk to us about the relationship that the two of you had?
What an incredible loss. And Angie was the type of person who, people often say this about people, but she really, if you needed something, whatever it was, if it was like, just give me some money to tie me over to pay the rent. A lot of my musicians worked over the years, have worked with Angie and have been Angie's musicians. And she was that kind of person who was selfless and let me do for you because I see that you're in need. And I actually, every time I saw Angie, she would tease me because her music director, I actually met, I went to go see Angie. I was in Indonesia doing a huge music festival in Indonesia, and Angie was on this show as well. And I made sure that I went to Angie's show. Right. My show was the day before, And Angie was headlining the next night, and I was blown away by Angie and this incredible band. And I couldn't help but to take my eye off the guy on the keyboard he was the music director who was singing his behind off, playing his behind off, directing the band. And I, kind of slyly thought, I wonder if I could pay him a little bit more. And so, as it turned out, he eventually became my music director, and he ended up being my brother for 15 years. And a sad turn to this story is Angie and I just lost him a few months ago.
Oh, wow.
And a month before we lost Angie, we were both at this brilliant man's funeral. Our brother, John Richmond, he had passed away. So Angie and I were at that funeral. I mean, it was the end of this year was just tragedy on top of tragedy, on top of challenges, on top of fires, on top of it has been extremely trying. And I don't mean to clump the horrific passing of the legend Angie Stone in a host of other things like that.
But it has been a collective sense of despair this year.
And I've never really considered myself a zodiac type person, but if I was, I would probably. I would be like, dang, there must be something in the stars the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025 because there were just so many tragedies. And Angie was one of those where it's like, man, it's definitely going to be hard to come back from that one.
Eric Benét, if I were to judge you, I would judge that you were a stars person. It's unbelievable. You're not a zodiac stars person. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I'm not actually. I mean, I'm surrounded by my business partner, Allison Ball. She's very much one of the. Are you a Pisces? What is your rising moon? I'm like, I have no idea. I mean, damn, Tuesday? I don't know.
You don't know when the moon gonna rise.
I know when the moon gonna rise.
The moon gonna rise.
So no, I don't know. I just feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like. You can like pick any zodiac sign and they could describe Aries. I'll find myself in Aries. You could put Pisces. I'll be like, yep, that's me too. And Taurus. I'm a little bit. I feel like I am. I'm a little bit of everything.
I want to talk about the music industry a little bit because Tyler Perry was at Angie Stone's funeral and he talked about give that lady her money, give her what's due.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I think he really struck a nerve because I think that the pool of revenue is just becoming smaller and smaller, and the powers that be. I'm gonna get myself in trouble now. They gonna stop streaming me, man. But the powers that be that we rely on, which is crazy because we're no longer getting paid for the streams, but the meager amount of money that would be allotted to us, they're hoarding all of that, and they being the CEOs of the street. See, Tammi, why are you getting me in trouble? Well, I didn't say
this
which.
This your business.
I know.
This is what
This is my business, and it's like it's a conundrum because it's like somewhere along the way the culture or the reverence for music when you and I were kids. I'm older than you, but when we were kids. You would scrimp and save your quarters so that you could go
buy a record.
At the end of the week, be so excited all week to go to the record store and get your 45 that you was looking for, or if your parents had money, get a couple albums. And that appreciation, that reverence of the craft is severely diminished when you get everything for free and the artist doesn't get anything less than.
But Angie wasn't referencing streams. I don't think. I think she was referencing all that work that she did before streaming even came along.
Okay.
So
I didn't know exactly what her argument was.
And she said that people didn't pay her for the work she did, and a lot of people think
horrible.
it's a conspiracy theory, of her passing. And so I just wondered where you stood on, because you have a whole new record label that is all yours.
Yeah. Well, to pigtail off that point, I think with many record labels, they are going to be the last ones to tell you if they owe you some money, right? So, and there are a lot of artists, unfortunately, I don't know the details of the Angie story
Right.
you're talking about, but if I went back, if I hired an audit, you have to do an audit of the record label, and I highly recommend that every artist does.
Oh, wow.
You gonna find some money.
You are owed?
Yeah, you can find. I shouldn't say you will. I will say you can.
It's likely you will find.
Yeah,
so.
it's like it ain't like the money sitting over there, and they're like, wow, look at all this this money that's just sitting here. Let's call up Keith Sweat and tell him we got $8 million that belong to him. No, Keith Sweat is going to have to,
Have you had to get your money?
I actually did an audit and they found a little bit of something, but just because of that, you can find, just because in my situation they only found a little bit. There are many cases where
a little bit is relative. Probably what you found could pay my mortgage.
You know what I'm saying? Probably hold on.
Pay my mortgage off.
Or
Let's be clear.
At least a night at Nobu. Shoot. Something. Right.
And then I want Dawn Robinson, In Vogue, living in her car. Do you think that's a result of money management when it comes to record labels, or you don't want to dive into that?
I don't want to pass judgment on what that situation is. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, and I know that. In this day and age, I feel like artists, more often than not, those revenues of income are often intercepted by bigger company, by a mother company, or I don't know, maybe it's in Angie's case where, look, I should have been paid for this, that, and the other. And then in a lot of cases, it's poor financial management of the individual. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Get yourself a good business manager who's going to make sure that, look, I'm going to set this aside. Maybe you got this whole pie, but I ain't going to let you know you got this whole pie. I'm going to put this aside because the taxes at the end of the year.
Exactly.
Because, it's not your business, your business manager.
But you have your own label now, and you have artists now, because I've heard one of your artists.
Yes.
He's a bad dude.
Is we talking about Joe?
Yes. I was gonna match that, but then I realized quickly I couldn't.
Yeah, you were like,
I was like,
Lord,
I think I'm supposed to go. Oh, no, but I can't go.
You can do it with finger symbols, though. Joe Leone.
Joe Leone, indeed. Yes, Joe Leone. So, how do you handle the structure of a record label, being a part of once a record label, but now you got your own?
Yeah, well, I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses.
You let Allison handle all of that.
Well, Allison has her strengths and she has her weaknesses. And accounting is not mine, but we do have an accounting department.
Oh, okay.
and we have a tax attorney's accounting department.
Right.
We have all
You're
that.
handling all the business.
Right.
All the business.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard this or not, but man, I know that you like to listen to artists on social media.
I absolutely do.
But this is not a new artist. This is a veteran artist, and I've been playing this every day because I just fell in love with this.
Let me hear it. That's Kiki Wyatt.
Yes.
Of course, that's Kiki Wyatt. Oh my God, she is absolutely incredible.
Incredible.
Man, listen.
The R&B Invitation Show happens March 22nd. That is this Saturday, 7 p.m. Peacock Theater.
Come on through.
Eric Benét is here. Y'all already know I'm always begging up for some tickets for y'all.
Come on through.
So Eric's going to give us some because this is my boy, and I'm going to ask for some, and they're going to be right here.
Dude, I got to come
time.
to KJLH and give y'all something.
Yeah, so we're going to do some Eric Benét trivia.
Ooh.
That's what we're going to do for these tickets,
that.
all right? So, and I can't get the answer wrong because Eric Benét's here.
I'm sitting right here. If I remember it, I'll tell you the right answer. What was the name of your third grade teacher? I don't know. Shoot, I don't remember.
We can't ask that.
No, actually, third grade teacher.
Do you remember?
That was Miss Javens. Yes,
Shut up. You made that up.
I didn't.
I only remember my first grade teacher, Miss Wiley.
My first grade, Miss Wiley or
Wiley.
My first grade teacher was Miss Fisher.
I cannot believe you.
I remember I got in trouble too.
That's right. What did you do?
I got in trouble. I don't know if I should. Okay, it's not that
I mean,
bad.
I'm like it's first grade. What could you have possibly?
It's first grade, but I'm gonna make my dad look bad.
Oh, okay.
But so my dad was a policeman for the city of Milwaukee, and it was show and tell in first grade. And I thought it would be a cool, and when you're like 5, 6 years old, when your parents don't know, you know where things are hidden in the house. I knew where things were. Oh, see, this is making my dad look so bad. I knew where his bullets were.
Okay.
So I thought, knucklehead Eric.
We should pause. I don't know what kind of bullets we talking about.
Should we stop now before I finish? So anyway, it's not that bad.
Bullets mean something different today. But go ahead.
Okay, so I knew where his bullets were. And I took one. And for show and tell, I thought it would be a great idea to just bring an actual bullet and show the kids. And I remember taking the bullet and I was like, see, it's completely harmless. Like this, I could throw it on the ground.
Oh my God. Did you really?
I did. And the teacher, and then, and she called, of course, they called my house and my dad. Woo,
like,
Lord.
Goodness.
Woo, Lord.
That was all she wrote.
Yeah, man.
How long
I got my high about that's not yet. I'm still not ready yet.
Not ready. Right. Coming back with tickets for you to see Eric Benét at the R&B Invitation.
Tammi Mac Show.
Yeah. Two of my favorite people, baby.
Yeah.
Tia P, who does my intro.
Yeah, one of the best out of LA.
Yeah, and B Slade.
Yo, let me tell you about B Slade.
Tell us about B the Slade.
B Slade is a beast. B Slade, I have, there's been a couple times where I had B Slade come in and help out with some vocal arrangements on some, because not only is he a phenomenal writer, phenomenal singer, phenomenal performer, but he does insane vocal arrangements.
Yeah.
And he's just an incredibly talented.
The image that I always have of B Slade, and I shared this with him, B Slade actually did my podcast.
Okay.
So when you come to the podcast premiere on April 3rd at the Miracle Theater, B Slade, you'll see some of B Slade's, a snippet of his of him.
Yeah.
Eric, you don't know. So I have a new podcast.
How come I ain't been on it? What the hell?
I was scared to ask. But the podcast is some of my favorite celebrity friends talking about the worst moment in their lives, right?
Oh man, I got a bunch of them.
And how they became happy again after that moment. So the podcast is called Happy.
Oh.
I do have you on my Instagram though, because you did do something for me. You told me what makes you happy.
Yeah, I like that.
So B Slade's worst moment was as a child being bullied.
Okay.
And
I
I was like, you don't even look like the type who could be bullied.
Yeah.
But he talked in depth about that. And
that's some traumatic stuff when you're a kid, yeah.
Yeah. And he even went into talking about something that he never, ever, ever talks about. So if you know B Slade, you know what that is. But I'm not going to say it right now because, you got to come to the premiere and check it out. That's all. You got to come. But he was very gracious and transparent in his interview, in his conversation. So be looking out for B Slade on the Happy with Tammi Mac podcast too.
I am a proud member of the B Slade Appreciation Club.
I think he gave us a little song too. But my memory of B Slade is climbing up the wall of the courthouse.
And the
in
Prince.
Hello.
And the Prince.
Hello.
Tribute.
The Prince tribute when
Right.
Prince died.
Wow,
And
he climbed
was
up the wall.
climbing up the I don't know what it's called, the Los Angeles courthouse.
Yeah, as only he could.
Like I was like, is that Batman, Spider-Man? Somebody's climbing up the
I'm
wall.
like, who's that with a perm climbing the wall?
Yeah.
B Slade.
The SOS lawyers have settled another auto accident victim's case for $1 million. That's $1 million. So if you've been involved in an accident, call the SOS lawyers at 877-SOS-SOS-1. Lock it in, 877-SOS-SOS-1, or log on to the SOSlawyers.com. The Beatles come together with Tia P and B Slade.
Yeah.
We are in the house with Eric Benét today. Thank you, Eric Benét.
Yeah, I love coming here. It's just always feels like coming home. Let's talk about my new artist some more. Let's talk about my record label, JBR.
Okay.
And we got Joe Leone.
Uh-huh.
We got, and Joe is incredible. He was a multi-instrumentalist. He's incredible talent. Ooh, I like that. What's that playing in the background?
Like that?
What that is?
That Joe Leone.
That sounds like some Joe Leone.
Joe Leone. Woo.
Hey.
Caught a flight out to Vegas. Ooh.
Hey.
Seen that ass in them Daisy Dukes.
Oh, he said I'm Daisy.
Yeah. Oh, you just got that? Wait, let it play to the chorus.
Can I?
To the chorus,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure it's clean.
I'm not a gambling man.
Hit that falsetto, boy.
Tonight I'm taking a chance. I want you to understand.
You don't sound like no white boy. Come
Now
on.
I got to play my hand. What's the over-under of me getting under you? Are you willing to place a bet? Are you ready for sexual ed?
You can say that.
What's the over-under of me getting under you? Babe, I'm just calling a spade a spade. And I'm ready for you to play.
Like that.
Sunday service, how you
Joe
gonna
Leone,
make it?
baby.
Did you help him in the creation of this song?
Let me tell you something about Joe. Joe Leone he don't need no help from Eric Benét. But sometimes I be in there saying some things. But Joe Leone don't need my help. He's just a brilliant, dope singer, songwriter. He's super dope.
Yeah.
So can I talk about one of our other artists?
Please do.
Autumn Page.
Autumn Page.
Y'all ain't
I've
got
not
no
met
Autumn Page? Oh,
yet.
she's incredible. She's got this incredible little vibe. She's R&B. She got this dope little attitude, and she's got the cutest little tone in the voice, and she's an actress. She's a model, and man, y'all don't got that
Is
joint.
this Autumn Page baggage? No.
Yeah, can you play Baggage?
You heard it before. I haven't.
Yeah.
Is it clean?
It's clean.
All right. If it's clean,
It's clean. Let's play some Autumn
I think we
Page.
play Autumn Page here.
I feel
She had
like.
a song called Topless.
She did have Topless.
Yeah, I was gonna say the name sounds really
Yeah,
familiar.
yeah, you played her.
Yeah.
But her new joint is Baggage. It's very
Oh,
like.
it says parental advisory.
Oh Lord.
No,
okay,
no.
okay, you don't want to take that risk.
no,
Do we got a clean version? Damn.
Yeah.
But look how cute she is. Come on.
She's giving me Black China a little bit.
Yeah, with a little green hair. No, she's a great artist too, and Joe Leone is actually he's opening on the October London Tamar Braxton
wow.
Ro James tour. Yeah,
That's dope.
So
That's
super
going to be
dope.
a great tour right there,
Yeah,
too.
that's gonna be incredible.
We're going to give you some R&B invitation tickets. We're playing some Eric Benét trivia. So when we come back,
How tall am I?
how tall is he?
Can I
If you
tell
don't know by now, Eric Benét is in the tea room.
I'm in the tea room.
Yes.
Are we still broadcasting over the airwaves?
Yeah,
as
we're
we
still
say?
live. Don't
so
say nothing.
I
You
won't say
say
nothing
off
too
air
crazy,
too.
but can I tell you, like my whole life I've been a certain height, and 2 years ago I went for the physical, and I grew an inch,
Really?
and I'm like, that must be a mistake.
No, I think there's something wrong with the measuring sticks.
I think
Because
I
I
grew
was
an
1
inch. Don't
inch.
tell me that. Let me
No, you didn't grow
let me
an
think I
inch.
grew it.
Yeah,
no,
you
because I went back. I grew an inch. Tammy, don't
because
take that from me.
All my life, I've been 5 feet. I went to the doctor about 3 months ago. Now they say 5'1". I think the measuring sticks are off balance. I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm taking
take
your
this
inch back.
glory from
taking
me,
the inch
Tammi Mac.
It's hopeful to know that you can grow an inch later in life.
Yeah, in your 50s.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
Shrink.
Right.
I'm growing.
That's amazing.
Okay, Eric Benét trivia next. How tall are you?
You want me to say?
Yeah.
Okay, my whole life I've been like 5'11" and like maybe a quarter. I'm 6 feet now.
Come on. Yeah, that's a blessing, man.
I mean, is a win-win is a
We're
win.
gonna give you your 6. We're gonna give you your
Give me
whole
my
6.
6.
5'11" and a quarter. Only men do that.
I know, right?
It's like the quarter now. Okay.
But put your top on. Take it off. Autumn Page.
We gonna always have fun with Eric Benét at Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
That's my artist Autumn Page right there.
She's dope.
That is your artist. That is indeed your artist. So tell us, because you do have this wonderful record label with these new artists,
JBR.
how do you decide who you want on the label?
We're always looking, and so far it seemed that people who dope producers will hip us to like, yo, you need to check this artist out. And oftentimes, if it's really a dope artist, they've been working on their thing for a while. So by the time we hear them, there's like probably 4 or 5 joints that they already recorded that we're loving. And we're thinking, man, if we just put like a couple more joints on this right here,
We got an album.
we got an album. So Emil is another producer who is a friend of JBR, and he was the one that was working with Autumn and was like, yo, you got to check out this artist, Autumn Page. And she was fire.
Great. How'd you find Joe Leone?
Joe Leone is actually somebody who my business partner, Allison Ball, who gave me my first record deal. The story is, I think I shared this the last time I was here.
We don't remember. We old.
All right, well, I'll tell you, I'm old too. So Allison Ball gave me my first record deal.
Right.
My sister and I, we were signed to EMI Capital way back in 1754. And it was before the country was independent.
Right.
And then it was her first job as an A&R person. She signed my sister and I, and then she moved to Warner Brothers, and she signed me as a solo artist. So I reached out to her once I had the funding for this record label. I reached out to Allison to basically be the CEO of this label, and she's killing it. And Joe Leone is somebody that she's known since he was literally a kid.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, look, when I get this record label set up that me and Eric doing, we signing your ass.
Signing.
Oh, I can't say that.
Signing.
Yeah. So
We are signing you.
we are signing you, Joe Leone.
Do you like any social media performers?
Yes, and it's difficult because there's probably about 5 people I wish I could sign right now.
Really?
But I gotta, I mean, we ain't a major. We a little.
You're like, I gotta slow my roll.
We're the little engine that could.
Oh, my roll is slowed.
Exactly. My roll is trying to roll some more, but it can only roll so much. So yeah, I mean, that's how we operate as as a democracy at JBR. We all, the team, we get together, we listen to people, and we're like, yo, we gonna do this, we not. And so, and as with anything else, I think with more success comes more resources, and maybe I will be in that spot where it's like, Eric is signing 3 artists this week.
This week alone.
Not so much this week. we still keeping the lights on. And
okay, we want to get you to the R&B invitation. Joe, Music Soul Child, and Eric Benét.
Eric Benét.
520-5554, 520-KJLH. I got some Eric Benét trivia. This should really be easy. I don't know anything too deep about Eric Benét, so this should be easy.
I know a lot of Eric Benét trivia.
You know a lot of Eric Benét trivia?
I do.
Okay, so this should be easy.
All right.
Y'all, it's 520-5554, 520-KJLH.
Let me say it like R. Kelly. What's the question? What's the question?
I don't want to ask the question now because then they're going to Google.
Oh, okay.
And try to find it.
Okay.
And that's what they're waiting on me to ask the question. The question. You need to jump on that residuals challenge.
I ain't touching none of that.
Not doing it.
I ain't touching none of that, Tammi Mac. I'm going to remain an individual.
I love it.
Let them have the residuals.
KJLH, talk to me.
Oh my God, I'm on the radio? Is it me?
With Eric Benét, you are.
What your name is?
Oh my God, Eric Benét.
What's up? What's your name, love?
Sharon.
Karen, what's up?
Karen or Sharon?
Sharon with an S.
Sharon with an S.
Like Sharon is Karen. I'm very Karen.
Or
too.
like Karen
Oh,
is Sharon.
okay.
So she's Sharon.
Okay, Karen. Okay. So how you doing today, ma'am?
I am awesome now.
I love it.
I'm actually at work. I'm doing deliveries, just helping people out.
I love that.
But I called and I got through the first time. I cannot believe it. Oh my God.
I'm
Well,
happy
let's
you
get
did.
you to see Eric Benét live in concert with Joe and Music Soul Child. My first question is so easy.
Don't worry. If you
Everybody-
don't know it, I'll give you some hints.
Oh, he's going to
All
give you
right.
hints. He's your
Okay,
phone a
okay,
friend.
okay.
He's your phone a friend is Eric Benét.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm an
great.
expert on the subject.
Okay. What is Eric Benét's daughter's name?
Well,
Oh, yeah,
my
you
God.
gotta.
I got 3
I
of
was
them.
gonna say you could choose which
Okay.
which one.
Okay,
Okay.
if I do an accent, no, that'll be racist if I do that. if I did the accent, would I get in trouble, Tammy?
Okay, think 7-Eleven.
Ooh, damn! That's more racist, Tammy.
Oh.
Okay, how about this?
But she don't know it yet.
You don't
She
know
didn't
yet.
know it.
How about for those sisters out there who buy bundles of hair? What's a good country?
To buy
They
it from.
always buy the Indian hair.
What country that is? What country that is?
I would say India.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Well, we in here searching. You done got me in trouble here.
I know. I almost did the accent, and that would have got me in more trouble.
You are going to
I
see.
know the accent too.
You are going to see Eric Benét.
You are going to see Eric Benét.
I was like, he's not going to be able to again. That's why I bust out. I said he's not going to be able to.
I cannot do it now.
Cancel.
Joe Music Soul Child, Eric Benét, R&B Invitation. You are going March 27th. I'm sorry, March 22nd.
Yes,
at
Saturday.
7 p.m. So hold on, Sharon. Okay. All right.
You think I'm going to get in trouble for that?
Nah, you good.
We are going to be jamming.
Well, now maybe if you keep on, Eric. What we going to be doing, Jim?
Jamming on the one.
That's good. That doesn't sound racist.
That doesn't sound racist?
Yes.
All right.
KJLH, hi, who's this?
Hello, this is KJLH. Please say your name. At the sound of the tone, say your name. Heard it all before.
KJLH.
Hello, this is KJLH. Who are we talking to?
This is Shanice.
Shanice, what's up?
Hey, Shanice.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling great.
That's good.
And that's Eric Benét.
My name is Eric.
Hi, Eric Benét. I love your album.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Now, did you?
Hurricane's my favorite.
Hurricane? Oh, I love that. I love doing that record. I got a chance to work with one of my idols, David Foster, on that record.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, did you download it or did you go to Walmart and buy
Don't
an
nobody
actual?
buy records no more, Tammi Mac.
Not the CD, nothing.
At that time, I actually brought it because they were still selling albums at the store.
I especially love you then.
You know, I'm an 80s baby, 89. So
I love that.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, what you gonna get about 0.09 cent off of that one, Eric?
Well, shoot, if she bought it, I might have actually got $1.
Oh,
I might have got $1.20.
Shanice.
Yes.
All right. Now, this should be easy if you've been in class today. We call this the classroom, Eric.
Yes,
So if you've been in class today, you should
Yes.
know this answer with no problem.
because we've already said the answer to the question
Yeah.
at some point in
Yeah.
the interview. Okay.
But if you weren't in class earlier,
Yeah.
you have a phone a friend. His name is Eric Benét. He may know the answer.
I'm very, very well versed on the subject of Eric Benét trivia.
All right. So you ready, Shanice?
Yes, I'm ready.
So Eric Benét got into a little trouble, I think, in the first grade. Do you know what that trouble was he got into? It was on a
You really had to be listening to the whole interview. Otherwise, that's the first time
I was working.
That's the first time I told that story.
Okay, and so
Okay. Okay. Tammi Mac. Tammi Mac is the answer to this.
Oh, yeah.
It has another use that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
But apparently,
It's a double entendre.
it's a double entendre. Tammi Mac is an expert, and it rhymes with mullet or stullet.
Shanice.
And if you put a little projectile in a pistol, what is that teeny weeny projectile
Wait, I
that
broke
goes
my headphones.
very
My brand new
fast?
headphones. I work hard. Shanice.
What is it called?
Eric Benét was at. Hold on. Wait, I'm sorry, y'all. Eric Benét got me tripping.
I done messed her up.
Yeah, she wasn't expecting that.
I was not ready.
I don't know.
I forgot who this man was.
All right,
I forgot Eric Benét crazy.
I'm gonna tell you.
God.
I'm gonna tell you. It's a.
He did it at Show and Tell, Shanice. At Show and Tell, he brought an item, and he just gave you a multitude of clues of what that item was. He brought.
Bullet?
Yes. And,
Okay.
and we learned from Tammi Mac that the bullet is something completely different than a projectile in a gun.
It's a projectile, all right.
It's a projectile. It goes bang, bang, bang.
When it goes bang, 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 you go, Oh, Lord. We got to go. I cannot get off my show.
Oh, man. Tammi Mac, no, you didn't simulate that in front of me.
Hold on, Janice. Okay, they're going to see. Did I tell her? She knows. She's
She
going to
won.
the R&B
You
invitation.
going, Shanice.
You are going, Shanice.
Because I like your smile. Get it?
I get it. I
Okay.
got it.
All
It's
right.
good. Eric Benét, what else can we talk about? I am going to play this new song by Major
I love that dude.
called I Prayed for You.
I love that dude.
Said a prayer. Eric Benét says he loves that dude.
I love that Major.
We love this song because right now everybody need a little prayer, especially you, Eric Benét.
I do.
You
I
are,
do.
You are getting me in all kinds of trouble today at work.
Give him some milk.
You're free 102.3 KJLH. Okay, Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill be getting it on this joint.
That's when he left New Edition and went solo.
Feel it. I love it.
What were you doing when this song came out?
I was trying to do all them Johnny Gill things. No, actually, I didn't sing this song. I just sang background and played keyboards on this song. It was another guy in the band. Is a guitar player, Johnny Johnson, who was a beast. He actually sang this song. He was dope.
You were in a group during this time?
I was in a group. When that song came out, I was in a group. I was still in Milwaukee with my sister, and the group was called Gerard, performing this Sunday at Stinny's on Highway 95. Come on down with Gerard for the ladies get in free.
That is Eric Benét, not DJ Slay. That is Eric Benét,
And
y'all.
on Sunday night, Gerard.
How many people were in the band?
Like 6 of us. Right? If one got sick, that's all right. We got another one. Yeah. Gerard.
Do you think that it requires today lots and lots of hours of work before you can become successful in the music industry?
Well, it's interesting. I laugh about being in Gerard, but that was like, I actually dropped out of college and then I joined this band. And
What college were you going?
UW Milwaukee.
Oh.
And I joined this band. And those 3 or 4 years that I was in Gerard, that was really my college for my career.
Yeah.
Because being in a top 40 band is a great, first of all, it wasn't making no money. Alcohol was free. But, what it does is it helps you you basically learn a new hit song every week. So you're deconstructing the song, you're learning all the harmonies, you're learning all the chords. And so inadvertently, you're teaching yourself how to
make a hit song.
construct a hit.
Wow.
So, and that was like 3-4 years of doing that. is one of the best lessons for me of like songwriting. And yeah, so
And then you had a hit.
yeah, we would take apart this. We would take apart My Prerogative. We would take apart like pop songs and put it all together and make it work and be like, so then it was like, yo, Gerard also owned a recording studio. So when we were performing, my sister and my cousin and I would be like, yo, since ain't nobody in there on Sunday, can we just go in there and make up some stuff?
And
so we would just make up these songs. And then
Wow.
that's how my sister and I got our deal out of your mind. Lisa. What's up, Lisa?
Hey, Lisa. Is Lisa still singing?
Lisa, my whole family is always singing, but not professionally. Yeah.
Right. So I can't imagine your house like at holidays. And,
It's the best.
yeah.
It really is the best. We just automatically just start singing and go into harmony and all that stuff. It's awesome.
Take us back to your first hit, Eric Benét.
My first hit. I guess I can't really say my first release because Lisa and I, we were signed to EMI. We really didn't have a hit. But my first hit probably, I was signed to Warner Brothers. Allison signed me to my solo deal from Warner Brothers. I came out with my first album, which was called True to Myself. Now, if you want to say hit, I guess that means a number one song. So on my first album, True to Myself, I didn't have a hit. I had a couple joints that got at least in the top 10 or top 15, like Femininity.
Yeah.
I did a song called Let's Stay Together. And then when I did my first solo album in 98, that was A Day in the Life. My first hit was Spend My Life. Yeah. That was the number one song.
That was Tamia.
Tamia, absolutely. And
you know what's interesting? Tamia's song has come back because of the line dance.
Oh, the I'm so into
Is
you.
Is that the line dance?
The one?
No, what's the line dance? What's the Tamia line dance? Not I'm so...
I'll find it.
Why can't I think of it? It's the one nobody knows how to do.
Oh.
It's the difficult...
Dance with me?
No.
Is this a karaoke
Can't
version?
get enough.
Can't get enough?
It sounds like the karaoke
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, them ain't our strings.
Yeah. It probably is a karaoke version.
That sound like somebody gonna come in like, I never knew such a day could come.
And I never knew.
Right. That sound like they need to put some more Lowrys on that.
Just a little bit, huh?
Right.
A little bit, yeah. This one right here. This is the Tamia line dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song got a whole new life because of a line dance.
That's dope. I like how that works with social media.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did go crazy on this on social media.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
So, how did it feel to have been on the journey for so long and then get that number one?
You know, it was really interesting because because we had a record deal and it was so easy for the record label to drop us. I never really felt secure until
Oh wow. That's interesting.
In not getting dropped. I'll say I'll say
He's
that.
like, I can go at any day now.
Yeah, probably until the third album. And then I was like, okay, well maybe I'll
Stick around?
Maybe I'll get to hang around. But it was like I was happy that I had a number one song and there was all the jubilation and all that, but there was never really the relief that you feel, at least not for me. I don't know if that's just very specific to my personality thing where it's like, okay, I did that. I got to get to the next thing now instead of just relishing the moment.
I think that's something that happens to us all in life.
Yeah.
Like we think that when we get to a certain place, that's when the relief comes and you become happy.
The idea of the destination is a whole lot more joyful than actually getting
But
there.
there's something about our DNA that doesn't allow us to believe
and
that.
That's exactly what it was. And this song was number one for weeks, and I was happy, but at the same time, I was like, oh my God, I got to do this mess again. And so it was, this is a little better. It got a little Lowrys in it.
Yeah, because it got a little bass in it.
Yeah, a little bass.
Yeah, a little bass.
But no, it was a magical time, and it was a magical time for music. And I remember doing this album. A lot of this album I did, and I did this particular song in Milwaukee. But then there were songs on that album that I did in Philly. Mm-hmm. There was a studio on 7th and Callow Hill in Philly, and it was a fascinating time for what they call neo soul now, because that's when the movement was happening. I'd be in the studio doing a song called When You Think of Me, and the producer would say, yo, they just signed this new girl. She just said she wants to sit in on your session. Can she come in? I was like, yeah, tell her to come on in. And it was Jill Scott.
Of course.
And the Music Soul Child would be moving through that studio.
Yeah.
Erykah Badu. It felt like what it must have felt like in the 60s at
Motown.
Motown, because it was like all these neo soul artists just coming through with the Roots, James Poyser, and you know.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So it was a magical time. It really was.
So let us know what you want us to know before you get out of here. I know you got to go R&B Invitation, March 22nd.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Music Soul Child.
Yes, absolutely.
The E.
Yeah, we are signing artists. We're always looking. Please come to my website, ericbenét.net. I'm selling damn merch. I got my Eric Benét R&B is back hats. I should have worn my hat.
I gotta get my merch.
Go to
It's
Eric.
red?
Go to Eric Benét.
Yeah, go to ericbenét.net. It's like
Check
red.
it out.
Yeah, ericbenét.net.
Yeah.
R&B is back. Let's see what else. On tour, Joe Leone going on tour with my girl Tamar Braxton in October, London. Autumn Page, incredible new
You
artist.
always got so much going on.
JBR.
Always.
They said the merch was on the website. Don't get me to lying now.
Ooh,
But hey, there you go.
Oh,
There
I
you
do
go.
like this hat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that hat's funky.
R&B
Okay.
is back, baby.
All right, okay.
And
Wait, is that Eric Benét in the front right there?
that's Eric Benét right there, looking like a pimp.
Oh, yeah.
So-
I'm a pimp by blood.
right? But yeah, it's a wonderful time to. I think making music now is something that if you have the ability to make it authentically and with vulnerability, it's almost like your duty to do it now, because there's so much AI and other things.
That's
and
true. Yeah.
So if you got soul in you, you need to share it. Share it. Come on.
Let's do it. Eric Benét,
Let's do
thank
it.
you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming and
It's
co-hosting
always
on the show.
always great hanging out with. Now I know there's another definition for bullet, thanks to Tammi Mac.
Can you give us a release date when the album is coming?
So the first single is going to come out April-ish. I'm supposed to know the date. I'm a horrible
I tell you,
president.
you artists never know.
Yeah.
How many times have we asked Stevie Wonder what day is his album
thank
coming
God!
out?
Thank you that Stevie Wonder is just like me that way. So and then the album, the whole album, it's the Eric Benét, The Co-Star is the name of the album.
Okay.
And all these incredible young ladies who I'm not supposed to announce right now, because I let you guys hear a couple of them on the break.
Yeah, and you already know how I feel about one of them.
Yeah, you loving that. You like that right now. And that's coming out in June. So
June.
there it is right there.
All right, looking forward to
And
it.
let me tell you, y'all gonna love
Yeah.
his co-star.
Because she was feeling that.
Y'all gonna love
Almost
his
as much
co-star.
as she was feeling that bullet.
Nah, she wasn't feeling it that much. I don't know what you're feeling that much.